Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Frank Malico. Welcome to another edition of Bay Sunday. We got a terrific show for you today. A musician, a segment on transgender equality, a special report from Joe Vasquez on Rita Moreno, and we finish with a documentary on civil rights seen through the eyes of a Birmingham barber. And, of course, a reminder, you can stay up to date with Bay Sunday all the time on Facebook and Twitter. Review any segment on YouTube. And if you've got an idea at home and you'd like to air it out a little bit, send your thoughts to cbssf.com. And you never know, you might end up right here on Bay Sunday. Our first guest hails from Chicago. He's a musician, a writer, and has worked with world-renowned composers Howard Shore and Richard Wagner. He's also a film buff. His recent book, The Music of the Lord of the Rings films, has gotten rave reviews. Please welcome Doug Adams to the program. Doug, welcome.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All the way in from Chicago.
That's right. That's right.
Well, tell us, why would someone want to write a book about a score of a movie?
That's right. It's kind of a circular thing. I was working as a journalist back in, when I was in graduate school, late 90s, coming up to the 2000s, and I was sort of the one musician on staff. So I'd always get the job of interviewing the composers. So I'd met Howard Shore through that sort of channel, and he and I had always gotten along very well, and we would do our official interview and then sit and chat for an extra hour or so. Just, what have you seen? What have you heard? What do you like in the arts? So when he got the job of scoring The Lord of the Rings, he saw all this documentation happening behind the scenes for the filmmaking part, the costumes and the scenery and the languages, all these sort of things. So he thought it'd be good to have somebody that was focused more on the music and kindly offered the invitation. So that was about '01, and we just kept working and collecting materials and eventually looked at it and thought, this looks kind of like a book. Let's do a book.
Well, let's give it a try. And I know they're in concert here on the West Coast in Oakland here in short order. Let's listen to a little clip, and then we'll talk about it. Here's the clip from the show. I guess you're a Lord of the Rings fan, aren't you?
I've become one.
I bet you have.
Yeah.
How different is it to hear the live orchestra while you're watching the movie?
Well, I think that's really the cool part of it, because the movie is a permanent thing. That's the same edit of the film that we saw 10 years ago in the theater. But the score is being created right before the audience. So it's this live element. So you're taking something that's being created right before you and wedding that to something that's permanent. And I think it's just a cool and really unique dynamic like that.
And how cool to kind of hang out and interview and listen to Howard Shore, 80 movies. He scored 3 Academy Awards. I mean, this guy is the king.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely an inspiration to be around him, because he's such a calm, focused guy, and it's all about the music with him. There's none of the sort of falderall about being famous or landing this interview or that. He just wants to do the art.
And the cities you guys are in, I know you're in Oakland here in short order.
Yeah, working all the way up the West Coast, beginning in Phoenix and Las Vegas, moving through Anaheim, come up to Seattle and Portland and all sorts of stops, yeah.
All right, Doug. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
And the Lord of the Rings in concert, the Fellowship of the Ring, will be performing live on October 22nd at 2 and 8 o'clock. That's at the Oracle Arena. If you'd like more information, visit lordoftheringsinconcert.com, and you can purchase tickets at the Oracle Arena box office or Ticketmaster.com. We'll be right back. More Bay Sunday coming up right after this. Stay with us.